my name is Bridget Albert. I'm bringing you today a Bloody Mary from my book, Market Fresh Mixology. I'm here at the Culinary Vegetable Institute. I'm using some really sexy produce from Farmer Lee's chef garden, as well as some wonderful herbs to incorporate into this really fun cocktail. Now, I'm from Chicago, and in Chicago, we tend to like to put everything that we can find in the kitchen on top of our Bloody Mary. This includes shrimp, cheese, maybe some meats, and kind of make a buffet out of it. Now, this can be a lot of fun, but typically, you can only really drink one. So I decided to make a lighter version of this classic cocktail so you can enjoy many throughout the day. Now, to start out, what we need to do is we need some tomatoes because, of course, this is a Bloody Mary. So what I'm going to add is some beautiful little tomatoes right into the bottom of my mixing glass. And I'm going to add about 4 or 5. Now, if they look really small, you can add more. And don't be afraid to use whatever is in season. If you have some beautiful heirloom tomatoes, chop it up and just add it right into your mixing glass. Now, on top of this, I'm going to add a little bit of lemon. The lemon juice is just going to brighten it up. So just from 1 lemon wedge, just like that. And then I'm going to incorporate some really fun herbs. Now, here's where the real fun begins. Whatever you like, follow your palate to the chef's garden and pick out. So don't be afraid to use some cilantro or oregano or thyme, whatever you like, to make this cocktail signature and your own. So I have a whole lot of fun stuff to pick from today. And what I thought would be really cool was some Thai basil. And you're going to see I'm going to pick, maybe about 8 leaves or so and put them right over my tomatoes and my lemons, just like that. And then on top of this, I saw some lemon thyme, which just smells really good. And if you want to, really get the smell of the herbs before you use it, what you want to do is you want to put it in your hand and you want to give it one really hard spank, just like that. And what that does is it releases all of the natural oils that are in the herbs and really gives you a sense of what's about to come out of your cocktail. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to add some of my lemon thyme right over the top, just like that. Just a few nice little leaves. And now for some heat, because I like some spice in my Bloody Mary. I'm going to add these really cool and really fun horseradish shoots. And you're going to see I'm just going to break them up. And I think, 1 is about enough for my palate right over the top. But once again, play and make it your own. Now, to keep it very traditional with a classic Bloody Mary, I'm going to need to add some spices. So I have some pepper. I'm just going to add a nice little pinch right over the top. Then, of course, some salt. And here I have some coarse salt right over the top of my mixture. To add some additional salt and a little bit of vinegar flavor, I'm going to add some Worcestershire sauce, just about a bar spoonful. But once again, if you like a little bit more, then add a little bit more. Don't be afraid to make your cocktail's signature. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my muddler. Now, a muddler is a tool used to mush up fruits, vegetables, and herbs, release natural oils, and produce juice. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to hold my cocktail mixing glass very firm with my hand, and I'm going to press down, because what I want to do is I want to get those tomatoes really going and release all those juices to get the base of my Bloody Mary. I also want to crush up all those herbs and combine all of my spices and get that heat from that horseradish going as well. So that's looking pretty good. It smells really good too. Now on top of this, and finally, I'm going to add my vodka. And here I have some really nice Absolute vodka. I'm going to add, just about 1.5 ounces over my mixture, just like this. So here's 1 ounce and a half right over the top. Now you can have a lot of fun with your spirits as well. You can play with a citrus vodka. You could add tequila to this, or bourbon, or gin, whatever you like, put into the glass. Now, I've had my cocktail glass here chilling. I'm going to dump out my ice because I'm ready to shake my cocktail. And shaking is really important. It dilutes our cocktail. It's going to help break up everything that's in the glass. It's going to help chill it down as well. And it's also probably the most fun part of cocktail making. So here we go. I'm going to form my seal. And I'm going to smile because cocktails are fun. So once I get a nice froth on the outside of my cocktail shaker, I'm going to find the sweet spot, and hopefully this works on the first time. Give a nice hit with my hand so the top part comes off. I'm going to set that aside. And with my Hawthorne strainer, I'm going to strain this right into my glass. And you can see it has that beautiful watery consistency. It's not that thick. And also, something I didn't do is use a tea strainer. If you feel like you don't want those bits of herbs floating around in your cocktail, you can catch them with a tea strainer. But I like to see what's happening in my cocktail, and I do feel that it adds a little bit of freshness to my Bloody Mary. Now, what I'm going to do for a garnish is I'm going to take a nice little tomato. I'm going to take my knife and just make a little hole in the top, just like this. It's a nice little hole. And I'm going to make a little slit in the bottom so it rests very nicely on the side of my cocktail glass. So just like this. Then I'm going to add one of my herbs, and really any of them will do. If you use basil, for instance, you can use a nice basil leaf coming out of the top of this tomato. But I think for fun, I'm going to use my horseradish shoot. So you can see this kind of looks like a little feather. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to cut just from the very top of my horseradish shoot and insert it right into my tomato. So just like so, and then have it balancing on the side of the glass. So there we go. So when you make cocktails at home, make sure that they're very fresh and they're very simple and very fun. So cheers to you and cheers to the Bloody Mary.